In this video, we're going to talk about the Andycine T11 10-inch teleprompter, and this supports big tablets, big phones, and of course your regular smartphones. Quick pause. I just want to say that this video is sponsored by Timebolt, which is a really cool, innovative piece of software that lets you talk in front of a teleprompter for a long time and then cut out all the dead air and all the dead silence. More on them just at the end of this video. Now, right off the bat, I have to say I really like kind of like the presentation, the unboxing experience. It comes with a really nice hard case that totally fits everything. And one of the things about cases is that sometimes it's really hard to kind of fit everything inside because it's really tight. Well, this case is big enough to include everything, and it's not a hassle to unpack it and just put everything in the case. So really good hard case, and that's really important because you do have a high quality glass that makes it easy to obviously see the text on the screen and shoot through it. But that's something that you want to really protect, and I'm really happy that I included a case. Now, one really important spec you need to know prior to purchasing this teleprompter is the lens support. So your lens has a thread, and it's going to say how much, how big the size is. And my Sigma 24 to 70 millimeter f2.8 for the Sony lens is at 82 millimeters. So this supports anywhere from 49 to 82 millimeters. So that's quite a wide range support. And one of my favorite things about this Andycine teleprompter that I immediately love was that I was able to go all the way down to kind of 25 to 30 millimeters to get a much wider field of view without all that vignetting or kind of like obstructions on the side of the lens. Here's a side-by-side comparison between the Parrot teleprompter and the Andycine T11 teleprompter. And you can notice that there's no degradation or loss of light when you put on both teleprompters, but there's a lot of vignetting on the Parrot teleprompter, which makes it really hard to use at a wide-angle lens. So as you can see in this video, it's really easy to assemble this teleprompter kit. It's really easy to unfold it and put everything together, and then you can mount your phone, or you can just mount it directly on your lens for your camera. So the whole setup process is really easy and really straightforward, you can see over here. After you screwed on the phone or tablet clamp to the base of the teleprompter, you'll need to stick on the Velcro attached hood. You can see how I can easily mount an actual smartphone to record with the teleprompter. You'll need to use the included 72mm lens ring and the foam bit to make a smartphone adapter. Behind the teleprompter, you'll need to screw in and adjust a phone clamp so that your camera's sensor isn't obstructed. It's pretty cool how you can mount this teleprompter on a regular mirrorless camera, but also a smartphone. You'll notice that my Samsung S20 has no obstructions to its buttons, so it makes it really easy to operate behind the smartphone camera. Another nice design choice for the Andycine T11 teleprompter is that it has many mounting options. There are a variety of 1/4-inch threads and cold shoe adapters around the unit. If you're using a heavy tablet for your teleprompter, you can of course attach a support rod or even a tripod right underneath the teleprompter, which helps support the entire unit, and this gives you a lot more mounting flexibility. For example, this can be really helpful if I'm filming with my Sony ZV-1, which doesn't have a threaded lens to mount a ring adapter. Now, I will admit, it is a little difficult to mount a tablet on this. You kind of do need the support rod because it's going to be too much. It's going to be too heavy on the tripod, just hanging off your lens. So I actually didn't use my tablet as much when I was using this. Now, what's really cool is you can use your phone, but you can use your phone at the full length. So a lot of phones these days, they can get really wide, right? They can obviously get very tall, like my Samsung S20 is super tall. Now with the Padcaster, you have very limited screen real estate. Even if you have a phone, you're not going to be using the full screen real estate of your phone. So at least with the Andycine teleprompter, I can use the full width of my phone, the full height of my phone, and see more. I can see more text. So it's already a lot bigger, and I much prefer to use my phone than use a tablet because it's just a lot easier to mount it, take it on, take it off. And right now I'm using my tablet as a really nice big monitor. So it's the best of both worlds, to be honest. So you get more screen real estate even if you use a phone with the Andycine teleprompter. One thing I really didn't like about the Parrot teleprompter was that it was really difficult to mount my phone, especially when it had a phone protector, because you have to pull that spring mechanism and then slot it in, and it was just a really difficult operation. Whereas with the Andycine T11, it is so easy to mount your phone. You just plop it in there. You don't even need to tighten it or anything like that. And this makes it so much easier to just kind of like make minor adjustments. Maybe you want to adjust the scrolling speed, or you want to use your smartphone for other things like take a phone call or set some settings or something like that. Way easier to use this teleprompter. The last thing I want to mention about this teleprompter is the wonderful remote that is included in it. It uses 2 AAA batteries, thank goodness, so it makes it very easy to replace them. And it's a very ergonomic controller with lots of buttons, has a nice little trigger, and it has a nice little joystick so that you can very easily scroll through your text and play and pause and stuff like that. Anyways, that's it for this video. Please let me know in the comment section down below, what do you prefer? Do you prefer something that's really compact and small, or maybe a little bit bigger and easier on your eyes? Do you even use a teleprompter? I would love to know. We can probably agree that video editing is a very fun and creative process, but let's face it, There are some tasks that are just so menial, boring, and labor intensive that we wish we could just outsource it or just simply not do at all. And a lot of that has to deal with cutting out dead air or silences in your A-roll talking head. Now, thankfully, Timebolt, which is a really cool piece of software that has recently come out, has made it really easy to cut out dead air in your footage. And this makes the whole process of creating content a lot more fun and more manageable, especially for one person. I've estimated the amount of hours I've saved using this piece of software, and based on that, it has definitely paid for itself more than 10 times. So I definitely think it's worth it, especially for the lifetime membership. I will leave a link in the description. If you do use my coupon code, it definitely does help this channel. Thanks for your support, and I will see you in the next video.